What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and The Last of Us 2 has reared its hulking brute head in the games media headlines once again, this time using it to, I don't know, bash The Witcher 3, to celebrate it passing The Witcher 3 with half of its fake awards. This is one of the dumbest things to celebrate I've ever seen in games media, but yet here we are. By the way, if you enjoy my coverage, while you're listening to this video, there's a red subscribe button right down below the video. I hope that you'll consider clicking it today. Now, the headline of the day is that The Last of Us 2 has overtaken The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt to become the most awarded game ever. What they forget to tell you in all these awards, not to bury the lead, half of the awards that The Last of Us 2 got didn't even exist when The Witcher 3 came out. That's how pathetic they think you are. That's what The Last of Us 2 fans are holding on to. And now what I'll say, again, as I always do, there's undoubtedly people who are watching this video that enjoyed The Last of Us 2, and that means you win. You get that, right? Like, just because other people didn't like a thing and you did like it, that's okay. If you like The Last of Us 2, good on you. You shouldn't feel bad about it. The Last of Us 2 has won the most awards of any game so far, according to Games of the Year Tracker, as spotted by user Austrial on the Last of Us subreddit. Naughty Dog's sequel bagged 261 awards in 2020, according to the Game of the Year Tracker website, which compared to other top earners preceding years, this figure shows that The Last of Us 2 has become the game to receive the most fake awards so far. Awards. The website, which pulls together awards given by media outlets and Reader's Choice Awards, shows you the games which won the most awards each year. Starting in 2003 and going to 2020, you could take a look back at which games came out top each year. The Last of Us 2 only just overtakes the like of CD Projekt Red's The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, which earned 260 wins altogether in 2015. What's hilarious to me is half of these awards, again, that The Last of Us Part 2 got didn't even exist in 2013. But they not one spot in this article do they mention that. It's interesting to see the overall winners in years gone by, the likes of Death Stranding and God of War in 2018, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild in 2017. Going back even further, you can see some older fan favorites take the top spot, like BioShock in 2007, Resident Evil 4 in 2005, Half-Life 2 in 2004, along with the very first winner on their trackable website, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, which, by the way, is rumored to be getting a remake, which would be amazing. The site is always a great way to look back. If you look at 2020, it's not really in progress anymore. 2019. If we go back to 2003, okay. Actually, where is The Witcher? Sorry. If we look at Red Dead Redemption, it's had a piddly 111, which seems hilarious to me. 2015, 6 years ago, The Witcher had 260. If you look at it, 172 from media outlets, 88 from Reader's Choice. But if we look at even the top one in 2019, isn't it interesting that just a year ago, now it's possible that it was more evenly spread out, but it doesn't appear that way to me. It appears that just a year ago, we have 102, 83, 67. So if we just eyeball the top three positions, that's a grand total of what? Can we just call it 250? 250 total awards last in 2019. In 2018, you had 208 plus 147 plus a whopping 20. So you end up with 375 the year before. What I'm pointing out here is that the number of awards each year is not a static thing. It's just whatever random article, whatever random news media outlet wants to make up a title. Now, granted, There's no denying that The Last of Us 2 is a wildly popular game. It finished second to Ghost of Tsushima, or maybe now it's past it. It's been very close. Ghost of Tsushima beats Last of Us 2 as most downloaded PS4 exclusive in 2020. It's official. Ghost of Tsushima was the most downloaded PlayStation exclusive of 2020. The results comes directly from PlayStation, which posted the details of the digital store's performance throughout the tumultuous year. The PlayStation blog announced it takes a look at the most downloaded PS4, 5, and VR titles of 2020. Black Ops Cold War claimed most of the top spots, but PlayStation exclusives are still heavily represented on the list. Now, if we look at it, you have Black Ops Cold War, Grand Theft Auto 5. I still haven't played that. I got it for free, I think, from the Epic Game Store, and I just never installed it. I really should play that. Seems like a fun game to stream. Maybe I'll stream that. What's more shocking, however, is that The Last of Us Part 2 was the only PlayStation exclusive to land on the PS4 charts in Europe, falling to 8th place. The PS5 charts look much different than those for the PS4, of course, with the exclusive finding their way top with Miles Morales, boring game, Demon's Souls, good game, and Sackboy, a big adventure. I'm familiar with that one. I shouldn't say Miles Morales is boring, but it was just uneventful. It was not that amazing. But what's Naughty Dog actually up to? Well, it looks like they've already got their next game picked out. Now, some people have talked about it being some sort of Punisher game, which was just a kind of a throwaway line by Neil Druckmann. But there is a Naughty Dog artist dispels rumors about an upcoming fantasy game. The artwork was actually inspired from Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So that an artist put out some art and everyone just assumed that it was a video game. The Naughty Dog artist who shared the artwork inspired by a fantasy setting says his work was not a hint at a new game from the studio. Speaking to IGN, senior concept artist, an artist drawing art, who would have thunk it? Of course. Now, at the time, everybody wrote a million articles talking about The Last of Us 2 and, I'm sorry, the new fantasy game that they would be releasing. Now, of course, games journalists, and we can look at, no disrespect to German Strands, I don't really know who this is. Looks like they cover PlayStation 5, PlayStation News, posting The Last of Us 2 surpassed The Witcher 3 and has become the most awarded game of all time. Top comment. Not even remotely good as Witcher 3. A lot of those awards TLU got didn't even exist when The Witcher came out. Witcher also has some great competition. No one can convince me that those two games are even in the same league, let alone Last of Us 2 being better. Nothing Naughty Dog has been better. I mean, probably. Red Dead Redemption 2. You know, what's interesting about Red Dead Redemption 2, didn't even get that many awards. What year would that have been in? 2018? Yeah. 147? Considering how amazing that game was? I don't know. To me, that seems light. They probably should have had another 300 or 400. Had to. I mean, maybe 500 if we're just making up awards, right? You also say here, from the structure and storytelling and narrative, you see most awarded game of all time. I mean, The Last of Us 2, Last of Us 2 is an absolute shambles, while the subreddit is turned on each other long ago. It's interesting. I'm a PlayStation fan that won't play this game ever. It's a disservice to the characters, the original ones that I fell in love with. It can have all the awards it wants. I mean, I hated how this game became like this pivotal piece in the culture war. Is really cringe. The game itself had some excellent elements. I thought the guitar playing was really unique design that they just didn't have to have in the game, but did. They had all sorts of, it was beautiful looking, especially that it was on last gen. And when we saw Cyberpunk 2077 coming out, yeah, there are parts of it that look great, but, The Last of Us 2 looked really good for old last gen consoles. Really, the only thing that most people griped about was the story. It wasn't necessarily the gameplay. I mean, The Last of Us 2 came out in very, very few bugs, especially compared to, Cyberpunk 2077. But, yeah, we all know the game journalists love this. They love that they get to stick it to CD Projekt Red with their woke trash. And, I don't buy it. I'll be interested to see what you have to say in the comment section down below, but I have a feeling no one else is buying this either. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.